Today I fucked up by taking edibles and ordering 500 nuggets on DoorDash. I don't do edibles often, but when I do, I apparently become a corporate caterer. Took a gummy with my roommate on a chill Saturday night. 45 minutes in, I felt like I had to have McDonald's nuggets. Like a spiritual craving, I opened the app and thought, I'll order 50. That should be enough. Problem: I didn't realize I selected 10-piece and changed the quantity to 50. So, 500 nuggets. What the H? It cost $187. I didn't notice until they showed up in 3 massive bags and the dasher asked if we were hosting a party. We were not. We did, however, accidentally feed our whole apartment complex. One guy brought hot sauce. It kinda ruled. Too long did not read. Took an edible. Accidentally ordered 500 chicken nuggets. Threw an impromptu block party. This is not a fuck up. You rock. I would be so there for an impromptu chicken nugget party. I'm impressed that you can just blow $187 on chicken nuggets and not be financially ruined lol. So you got to be Johnny Nuggetseed for the day? That does kinda rule, LMAO. God fucking damn, you guys got it cheap. $180 for 500 nuggets? Would be around $300 where I live. Jealous European over here. Thank God you're in the USA. In Canada that would have set you back over $350 with tax. Today I fucked up by trying to be thoughtful and ending up looking unhinged. So my girlfriend's been stressed lately, work stuff, life stuff, all of it. I thought, you know what? I'll do something nice for her. Clean the flat, cook a proper meal, set up a little vibe. Not anything mad, just something decent. I start tidying. All good. Then I think, candles would be a nice touch. I find one she likes, light it. Then I think music. I make a playlist. Then I think bath. She loves baths. Here's where I went wrong. I filled the bath way too early. Way too early. Like 45 minutes before she'd even be home. Water goes lukewarm, so I try to top it up with hot water. Forget I'm doing it. Go back to the kitchen to plate up food. Burn the garlic bread. Smoke alarm starts going off. Run to stop that, slip a bit. Then I hear the bath overflowing. Floor soaked. I throw towels down like that's gonna help. In the middle of this she walks in the door. I'm drenched. Garlic bread is black. Bath spilling out. Her exact words were you trying to kill me or propose? It was supposed to be thoughtful. It looked like a crime scene. She laughed eventually. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna stick to takeaway next time. Too long did not read. Tried to surprise my girlfriend with a relaxing night. Ended up flooding the bathroom, burning the food, and nearly setting off the fire alarm. Thoughtful turned terrifying. Congratulations. This is the first actual today I fucked up that I've read in a while. Glad the end result is a bit of humor. I mean, how did you manage to flood the bathroom, burn garlic bread, and trigger the smoke alarm all in one night? I swear, that sounds like a horror movie plot. Did you at least leave room for a dessert of chaos? If I had been your girlfriend in this situation, I would have been so touched by the effort, and the hilarious results would have completely made me laugh. May have been a TIFU, but in the best way possible. This will be a hilarious speech at your wedding one day. Best today I fucked up I've read in a while lol. At least it sounds like she won't be opposed to you proposing eyes. Honestly, this is precious. Today I fucked up by making my office enact martial law due to my cooking. 8 years ago, when I was a 20-year-old intern in the office I now work in full-time, I made a horrible mistake. I'd been there for maybe a month and I was loving it, but outside work I had zero skills. I hadn't learned how to cook anything and I just improv my way through food, so whenever I made soup, I just dump a shitload of frozen vegetables whole into a giant mug of broth and microwave it. My department shares a floor with HR. And it's basically a long hallway of office doors on each side with a tiny kitchenette in the middle. It's very lumen, except for how the office doors are noticeably weirdly small for their frames. Ben Stiller would never. It was a Saturday and I went in to do some work, so I was the only person on the floor. I'd packed a soup for lunch, which I'd made by dumping a whole bag of frozen peas in one of my comically large ceramic soup mugs and adding some broth. At around noon I'd chucked it in the kitchenette microwave and somehow within a few minutes, the broth got to borderline boiling. And for some reason, when I reached to get it, I grabbed my soup not by the handle but by the mug itself. My hand had that delay between registering intense pain and reacting to it, and in that time I'd taken the soup out of the microwave, swung turned and was holding it over the floor of the hallway. I screamed. I dropped the mug. Whatever, right? It's just a mug, I could just clean it up. Imagine. What a world that would be. Instead, when the mug hit the floor, it shattered and, good God, the peas. I know there couldn't have been hundreds of them. But it genuinely looked like it. It was like a grenade of peas that exploded into 20 power washers blasting peas in every direction. I guess the heat also hardened them or something because they were like little rubber bullets, bouncing every direction insanely far down both sides of the hallway, with more buoyancy than I thought anything edible could have. The peas went absolutely fucking everywhere, and remember those awkward two small doors? Yeah, turns out there's a giant 2-inch gap between the bottom of them and the floor, which is more than enough space for 50 peas to jettison themselves under every single door frame and rocket to the backs of each office. Way beyond where I could reach them even with a huge stick, which I also didn't have. I've asked myself so many times over the years, in what fucking world were you going to eat all those peas? Was it 2 entire bags of frozen peas in there? All I could do was force myself to stop crying, mop up the broth in the hallway and retrieve the maybe 5 out of 5,000 peas that hadn't gone under one of 10 plus locked office doors for basically everyone an hour. I scrubbed the floors, collected every tiny sliver of the mug corpse in a bag and threw it out in a public dumpster 30 minutes away. Then I went home and thought to myself, maybe they won't notice. Thus began the pea incident, our department's ground zero, the biggest thing that ever happened in the office to this day. All anyone talked about for weeks were their theories about who broke in on the weekend and put such an insane amount of peas in everyone in HR's offices, and how they did it. I vehemently agreed with everyone who suspected my least favorite office alcoholic. They called a series of executive meetings about a security issue and oversight and staff safety. There were so many presentations. I remember an exec asking, what if it isn't peas next time? What if it's anthrax? I sat in meeting after meeting about it, taking the worst notes I've ever taken because my hands were shaking so badly I could barely type. Everyone had to start locking their office doors whenever they left, even if they're just going to the bathroom or popping out for a second. They put additional scan locks on all the doors to the entire floor, and everyone still needs a special key fob to get the elevator to open on the right floor. I developed stomach ulcers from the stress and barely slept for months. I was so terrified that someone would find out it was me. I've been scared for almost a decade, as my internship became a freelance position, then several contract positions, then a part-time permanent role, then, finally full-time permanent. And the stakes just kept getting higher. I have a chronic illness and my meds had hit more than $600 a month over the pandemic. But thankfully, due to that very pandemic and super high turnover rates, slowly over the last 8 years, everyone who was there for the pea thing has left. And the thing that I desperately needed to be forgotten was lost. Pea history became pea legend. Pea legend became pea myth. And for 2,500 years, the ring passed out of all knowledge. Until yesterday. Because fucking Carol, not her real name, is back covering a mat leave. And Carol asked me yesterday if I remember the peas. I said, no, I must have blocked the memory out because I am highly allergic to peas. She said she still wonders who did it. She's here for another 8 months at least and I cannot let her catch me. Fuck you, Carol, and fuck peas. I fucking hate peas. Too long did not read. Dropped a mug of peas in an empty office while I was an intern and they went under every single office door, thereby creating a massive security emergency and office-wide mystery that no one has cracked. I am playing a dangerous game. Edit. Buoyant, typo, changed to buoyancy, not a typo I think, edit 2. Thank you for the golds. It eases the pain somehow. I hope you find your mental peace now. Well, now that Carol is back, time for another pea bomb. Unless there are cameras everywhere now. And then everyone will think it was her the first time, and this time. Carol will find this and know now. This is your confession LMAO. This was traumatic for you but highly entertaining for me. Thank you. Finally a non-sexual and non-chat GPT made post. You deserve my upvote just for that. If anyone finds this story the one posted on the most widely used internet forum on the planet with enough information to identify you to the people involved, you're gonna get found out. Today I fucked up by buying a massive double-door fridge without measuring literally anything in my apartment. This disaster unfolded over the weekend and I'm still living in denial about the $1,200 appliance currently blocking my building's hallway skull. So my old fridge finally died, ripped to 8 years of faithful service, and I had some cash saved up from a work bonus recently. Saw this gorgeous stainless steel double-door beauty on sale and just bought it. Like a complete amateur who apparently forgot that physics exists. The delivery guys showed up Saturday morning, took one look at my second floor walk-up situation, and basically went, lol, good luck. No elevator obviously, just narrow stairs in a hallway that was clearly designed by someone who hates large appliances. My boyfriend and 3 of his friends volunteered to help, bless them, thinking, how hard could it be? Cut to 2 hours of them trying every possible angle, removing the doors, tilting it sideways, basically attempting fridge Tetris while I stood there having a full existential crisis. Plot twist. Even if we somehow defied the laws of space and time to get it upstairs, there's this sharp 90-degree turn right at my apartment door that makes zero geometric sense for anything wider than a pizza box. So now I have a $1,200 fridge chilling in the hallway. Literally, it's still plugged in because I'm in denial. My neighbors think I'm insane. And I'm Googling, do appliance stores take returns on items that are technically homeless? Too long did not read. Bought a fridge that's physically impossible to get into my apartment. Now I'm the building's unofficial hallway appliance dealer and my ego is in shambles. GIF, Giphy, 20P9JBHFLFPW. Build a scaffold to the window, remove the window, and slide it through. I did the same thing, took the door off my house, and the doors off the fridge. It fit, just, squashed up against both sides. I used to deliver appliances and furniture. Fun job, even when I fell off the truck and almost broke my ankle. Or the time someone complained we wouldn't drill a hole in the floor and install a water line for their fridge. Anyway, yeah, one time we brought one in. Had to remove the front door to get it inside. Got the fridge in place with practically zero space. So it fit, but the doors wouldn't open. Thankfully the customer realized it wasn't our fault, said they'd figure something out. We put the door back up, they gave us a tip, and then we left. I'm so confused. You probably could have refused delivery when they showed up. Now that it's unpacked and used, you're stuck with it. Cut a deal with the place you bought it at. You will lose a few $100s. Or, make a deal with them to take a smaller refrigerator off their hands. That way they won't have to give you any money back, they can sell the one you bought, and you still get a new fridge. I did something similar. 36 inches double door Maytag. The fridge should make it in sideways if you take the doors off, take the freezer drawer out, if it's that kind of fridge, and take the front door off its hinges. A couple of minutes with a power drill screwdriver. If you can get your building super in on the fun, it should work. Edit. Renting an appliance dolly from your local self-storage or U-Haul store would be a big help.